What's going on, everybody? GFY podcast, and this is the first episode you're listening to. It's me, Deluxe for it, your host, and also co-hosted by Deluxe 20, aka D20.
You can check us out on a lot of different social medias. We've got Twitter at the podcast GFY, as well as that's also our Instagram if you want to check those out. You can also email the show at gfypodcast@gmail.com. We'll be out on Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify, so you can check us out in a lot of places. But wherever you're checking us out, make sure you like it and send it on to your friends.
Today, we have a special guest for you guys, one dear friend of mine, that is Sniping Soup, aka Soup.
So let's get right into our first episode.
So what's new, man?
What
have you been
really,
doing?
dude? I've been doing a lot of GTA roleplay lately.
I saw that on your channel, dude. It's actually kind of sick, to be honest, because I got into it for a little bit, and it was doing pretty good. I just couldn't find any servers where I had people that could roleplay with me. Like, I had guys that could, like, carry on a conversation for, like, a minute, but they couldn't go into anything crazy. I saw your one of your latest videos. You just went in as a server admin, and you just kind of, like, wrecked the whole server. That was pretty cool.
I wasn't really admin per se. Like, there's some servers where you can just spawn shit in if you like. They just give you the menu, so
Right.
you can just pretty much do whatever you want to do. I mean, you're basically admin, but not really. But I don't know.
Does not
Good
everyone know how
title,
to use the menu or whatever, or is it?
Surprisingly not.
Huh.
Like, a lot of the people in there were just like, we got a modder. There's a fucking modder in the server, and literally they can do the same thing that I do.
Right.
So I don't know why they weren't understanding.
Are you liking the whole GTA roleplay stuff? Because I think it's like taking off again.
Yes.
Yeah, I like it too. It seems to work well with people like you that are very good with like ad-lib stuff. That can come up with crazy stuff off the top of your head. Like, you could come up with a song. You could come up with like anything with everybody and just make situations awkward. And that's probably my favorite thing about you, is that you can make the weirdest shit up on the fly. And I love that part about you. So that's
It's a
pretty
curse.
Cool. It is a curse. It really is, because it can be a bad thing. I felt like as my YouTube career kind of went on, it's gotten worse. Like, I've gotten where I'm like not as good at it if I don't stay sharp with it. Like any skill, I guess. Like, if you're not doing it all the time, then it seems like you kind of run out of stuff. But
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I kind of just say like the first thing that comes to my mind. Probably isn't a good thing all the time.
I find it pretty entertaining from time to time, though, when you come up with some crazy stuff. I think we played a couple times together on Rust, and we'll just run into some regular like person, and then you'll bring out the best in them because they didn't think you were going to say what you said. You'll just come up with some random, like, just I don't know, like a squeal or like one word.
Just the noise.
Yeah, it's like Jeff, and they're like, well, who's Jeff? And then it starts this whole conversation. But anyway, that's what I love about Soup. Speaking of like all into gaming, like, where did you first get your start? Was it like, for me, it was like a PC gaming from my cousin. We played like Civilization for the first time, and I got addicted to that boring ass game. And then it went from there to Mario and all that stuff. Like, where did you get your start at?
My brother had a Nintendo 64, and I used to watch him play like GoldenEye and Super Mario 64.
Yeah.
And whenever he would go to school, like I would play Mario like all fucking day.
Have you picked up the 007 lately? Like, just tried to play it with that controller and everything?
No, I haven't.
It's inverted, if you didn't know. When you first pick it up,
Really?
Yeah, everything's inverted. So, and when we play Rust and everything, you know, when I swipe up, everything goes up. When I swipe down, everything goes down. In GoldenEye, it's opposite. And I'm like, I don't remember this, but definitely was a thing. But yeah, some of the best moments I ever had, and screen watching, that's when I learned how to screen watch, was from, 007. So that's great. GoldenEye.
Yeah, that's like the main two games that kind of got me started. But I never really played GoldenEye that much. It was definitely Mario.
Which Mario?
That was like my shit.
Just Mario 64?
Yeah,
Okay.
like I've gotten 120 stars on that game like countless times.
Have you seen the people that speedrun that stuff?
Yeah,
It's
dude,
nuts.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, like even they're like, what do they call it? Splits. They're splits sometimes. They get so pissed and start raging when they miss one jump. And I'm like, what? I didn't even know you could go that way. Like I have no clue about that, but it's pretty fun and entertaining to watch. But, I've watched, Clint do it. Clint Stevens. You ever watch Clint do it?
That sounds familiar, maybe.
You don't know Clint? Okay. Well, he does it, and he does a decent job of it. He used to do it a lot, but now he doesn't do it as much. But I watch him from time to time, and he's like one of the only ones I really got into, so that's pretty crazy. If you don't know, by the way, this is Soup. I call him Soup, Sniping Soup, or
Howdy.
you call him Liquid Metal 711. Where did
please
that
don't
come
call me
from?
that.
Where did that come from? You got to tell me about that. What's the story behind that?
Dude, I wish I knew.
Liquid Metal? Like, what were you doing?
Dude, there's 2 L's in metal because I lost the password to the first one.
So there was Liquid Metal 711, the first one. You had that?
Yeah, the original. And I was like, oh, I forgot the password, so I'll just make another one with the extra L.
You're gonna see some kid in like Japan that comes and steals your like YouTube name and he blows up, he's Liquid Metal 711 with 1L. It's gonna be great. I can't wait.
Oh, that's such a bad URL, dude.
Dude, that is the worst I think I've seen from any of my
who's
friends.
the FaZe guy? There's some guy in FaZe whose URL is like bananaphone34 or some shit.
Oh, there's some bad ones. If you go back and look at people's original channel before they could like start changing everything, there's some bad ones like X Sniper Elite Gamer XXZZ, and they're pretty bad. And they're not even trying to meme. They were literally, that's what they thought was the legit thing to do.
It's bad, but it also makes me happy because I'm like, it makes you feel OG because at least it's not like /channel / jumbled up numbers and letters and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
what is that your first
garbage.
gamer tag? Was Liquid Metal, or what was your gamer tag? What was your first gamer tag?
Oh god, my first ever gamer tag. Like Xbox generated or my
Anything.
own?
Just anything. It could be both. Tell us both, because I'll tell you my two as well.
I'm gonna be honest, dude. I don't remember my generated name. I really don't. My first online console was a Wii.
No way. What?
Yeah.
A Wii? Your first console's a Wii?
Yeah, like online gaming wise, yeah.
What were you doing? Trying to battle people on zombies or something? Like,
I got COD 4, like
so I'm saying.
the reflex
Oh my
edition.
god. You need to stop. Don't tell anybody else that, dude. I know this is going out to thousands of people, but please don't tell anybody else that. Jesus Christ.
I think my name was like just Dallas something. Like my real name.
Yeah.
And then just like numbers or letters or some shit.
Alright, at least that's not that bad. That's not that bad. Well, the story behind D20 and I, well, we had, he went and picked up this,
It was just regular Xbox, I think.
just regular Xbox. Yeah. Well, back then, you could put your credit card on those, Xboxes and they would stay on. And so you could have people sell stuff back, right? And so they sold this Xbox back. D20 bought it and it still had the gamer tag attached to it. But that was the first gamer tag we ever had because we played it until that credit card got removed off of that account, which was over a year for sure.
It's like they just bought Xbox Live and then traded it in, but it was still logged in, so we just kept playing with it, so I didn't have to buy Xbox Live.
Yeah. So it was JDS Wacko. I don't know who the hell JDS Wacko was, but I don't even remember how it was spelled. I think it had some O's and some other crazy stuff in there, but JDS Wacko is what we played on, and I was always player 2. We played Halo, so it was Xbox, and that's kind of how we got addicted to the whole Xbox side of things, and then kind of turned it into COD and all that stuff. But D20 and I used to play split screen with one account, JDS Wacko and JDS Wacko's guest one. That's how we used to roll. And then we came up with our deluxe names, and I was Deluxe 4 because that was my football number in high school, and then he was Deluxe 20 because that was his football number in high school. And so there's nothing crazy about that, but it was just kind of how we went about it.
Back in the day, whenever I first started watching you guys, I always thought it was like some weed reference for some reason.
I know everybody did.
That's just what I thought.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah, and we're like, what about 20 and 4? What about 204? What about that? You know, why can't it be? Why does that be 420? But
sure.
Yeah, everybody did that, and we just kind of went with it and like memeing it up a little bit. But yeah, everybody thought that we were like some stoner, but yeah, that's not even.
Nah,
close.
you guys are actually drug kingpins.
We probably are, and we don't even know it. Yeah. What were some early games you started off with? Like with, I guess, don't tell me your Wii crap. What was the next thing you got? Because I don't give a crap about your Wii.
The 360.
Okay.
I never had the OG Xbox.
Okay. I never actually owned one either. D20 did. I didn't.
Yeah, the only reason I bought one is because my roommate at the time, like, he had, like, tons of games, and before that I had a PS2, and like my PS2 broke, so I was like, well, fuck it, I'm just gonna buy an Xbox because he's got all these games and I can just borrow his games. So I was like, I'll just do that.
So what did you buy on the Xbox 360? What was some of the games you played? The early ones.
The only reason I bought the Xbox I can remember to begin with was just Call of Duty. I'm pretty sure it was MW2 was my first game that I got with my Xbox, and I never had live. But I played the campaign. Like, I went through and tried to like do all the achievements and all the Easter eggs and all that kind of stuff.
What?
And then I
never
eventually
had
got
live?
No, then I got live. Then I got live.
You're not a real gamer. You're not a real gamer.
It was like the free week.
Yeah, I remember that. Those little passes were awesome because
you have like every game that came out.
Yeah, exactly. You got like a free week, and I used to ask people on Twitter when I first got Twitter, give me your free week so I could add them up and like put them on there. It was great. People used to give me
I was
free
like
weeks.
the achievement hunter, like just
stop. Just don't tell anybody that. God.
And I did like the private lobbies and shit with friends when they come over and just like quick scope and all that shit, you know.
You were quick scoping people on Rust back in the day, huh?
Yeah, that's what I like to do.
My man. Did you ever do the ones from Halo, the skulls? Those were pretty sick.
I'm gonna be honest, dude, and you can like fucking.
I've already made my mind up about you. You're gonna say something bad about Halo. I know you are.
I've never been into Halo.
I hate you. I
played Reach. I liked the multiplayer for Reach.
Nobody liked Reach. You need to stop. You're not a real Halo fan if you don't. You like Reach.
Dude, I tried to play Halo. I just couldn't get into it.
Oh my god! What do you mean? If you got into COD, how do you not get into Halo? It's the same format.
I've never really liked futuristic shit.
Okay, Soup, you're one of the best shit talkers I've ever known. That is where shit talking started, my friend. Like, that's where I got my roots. D20 used to lay on the couch and listen to me cuss at little 5-year-olds the whole day. It was amazing, man. It was great.
I used to watch the FAG Halo videos.
Yeah. Those are great. $2 and Keem, dude. Those are great. Yeah.
I used to watch those, but I never could get into Halo.
Man.
I don't know why.
I'll be honest.
I'm gonna be honest. I tried.
Yeah, when we got into like MW2 and stuff, like we never really went back to Halo either. So, I mean, I guess it's just. I mean, if MW2 was kind of the first online stuff you'd done, then it makes sense to not want to go back to it. Yeah.
But not to go from COD to Reach, though. You need to stop.
Dude, everyone that I played COD with was like, oh, you gotta play Halo. So I bought Halo Reach, and then everyone was like, you gotta get Halo 3. So then I got Halo 3, and I was just like, I don't know, dude.
Know what it sounds like, Soup? It sounds like everybody said, hey, go get Halo. You went to Walmart, and you saw the first Halo that was the cheapest, and your ass bought it for $10 on sale, and you got home, and everybody was like, you dumb as hell. You need to go play 3, dumbass.
No, I really like this one.
I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna get my $10 worth.
That's exactly what it was. Everyone told me I was fucking stupid for liking Reach, too.
I'm telling you the same thing today. Like, the game has not changed in all these years. I don't even know. Oh, man. So you went from COD to what? What was, like, the next step for you?
Shit. Call of Duty. Occasionally, but not so much anymore. Call of Duty, and then, let me think. The next game that I really got into, I had to look at my channel, see what I fucking uploaded.
So would you say your main game, though, was, like, Rust for the longest time, or what would you say?
Yeah. Like, whenever I got my PC, the only reason I think Battlefield was probably the reason I wanted a gaming PC the most.
Okay.
So I used to watch Child Boy and like people like Level Cap, and the thing that really got me into Battlefield was just like I was kind of getting bored with Call of Duty. So I heard about Battlefield, and everyone was like, "Oh, Battlefield's better than Call of Duty." So I was like, "Fuck it, I want to see for myself." And like, I don't really know which one is better, but I loved playing Battlefield, like Rush and all that.
Yeah.
Bad Company 2, and like even the campaign was pretty dope.
Battlefield was nice because you had like vehicles and stuff that you could use other players for, and there was little bitty things that you could do with like dynamite and all that stuff to bring another level to it. Yeah.
Like that was my main weapon in Battlefield, was always like the C4 charges and shit like that. I used to put them on like the helicopters and like the dune buggies and shit, and just drive them into people and blow them up. Like, I just thought that was like the coolest shit.
That was the coolest stuff. That was the easy video all the time, is you just put them on your motorcycle or whatever and just run into people and let the motorcycle go and then hop off and click it and boom, blow up everybody. That was awesome.
Yeah, and the sniping and stuff was so much fun.
Yeah.
I was big into like all the sniping stuff. Like I wanted to be like a fucking trick shotter and shit back in the day.
Sniping suit, bro. Sniping suit.
Yeah, sniping suit, yeah. Like half fucking legendary dude with a sniper rifle, half dumbass. It's me.
What was the first game you posted? Was it Battlefield or was it COD or
Black Ops 1?
Black Ops 1.
Yeah,
that was a classic
video I posted. I got some guy in my lobby. Like I was playing S&D, and I hit this really fucking crazy tomahawk kill. Like even to this day, it's pretty sick. Like I forget what the map's called, but it was so cool that people in the lobby were like messaging me asking if they can record it for me. I didn't even have a capture card at the time.
Yeah.
So like some random dude recorded it for me and like Dropboxed it to me, and so I uploaded it.
So you started off with Black Ops 1, posting that, and that went pretty good for you because people were recording it for you. You didn't have to do all the work. And then you went to Rust at some point down the road. And what kind of got you on Rust? I know D20 and I, when we started Rust, D20 just wanted to change games. That was like his whole thing. And when you first started Rust, like I don't remember what it was called at the very beginning. It might have been just Rust. I don't remember, but it was like very simple and easy for people to break into your house and stuff. And that was probably like also the tilting point for us, where we didn't like the game after about 3 months because it was so easy for people to break in and stuff.
So I started getting into Rust. Really, I heard about it because I was super big into DayZ. Now that I think about it, DayZ was the game that really made me want to get a computer.
That was mine. Yeah, that was mine.
Yeah, like DayZ was. I had a laptop and I played DayZ on it for so long at like 10 frames, but it was so much fun that I didn't even care. But my computer, like, I was playing it on, like, some shitty Asus, like, 10-inch monitor fucking laptop. And I played DayZ on that for the longest time. And I used to watch Frankie on PC in 1080p. I used to watch his DayZ videos. And then he made this video about a game called Rust. And I think he called it, like, the video's called something like Gary's DayZ or something like that. I don't know. But I watched it.
He was trying to hide the title, so everyone would watch it, yeah.
So I was like, what is this? And he was talking about Rust or whatever. And so whenever it finally came out on Steam, I bought it. And I used to watch, I still watch, but this dude, Max Mofo, he does like gaming stuff as well. Like I used to watch his prank call stuff, but then I saw he started making Rust videos. Mm-hmm. And so I started watching his Rust videos, and I was like, dude, this shit looks amazing. So, like, there was a period in time where I played Rust for a little bit after watching Frankie's video or whatever, but like I never really understood like what the fuck was going on or anything, and so I kind of just like put it down for a while, and then I started watching Max's videos, and I was like, oh, okay, I kind of understand what the premise of it is or whatever. So I got back into it, I made like some really awful face cam videos trying to be like Max, and I have deleted them since then. And then, like 3 or 4 years ago, I started getting back into it again. I don't know. It's just like a game like over the years where I've kind of like drifted away, like into it and out of it kind of deal. But like whenever I got back into it for the third time, and I actually started making like decent videos on it, is when, you know, people started really starting to watch my channel.
Howdy, folks.
Yeah, I found a lot of your content from Rust, of course. And when I follow, like I usually, if I like somebody's Rust, like I was watching a ton of Rust videos at first. And there was just like Rust video after Rust video. I was watching like trap-based stuff. I was getting into just watching people and how they played and what kind of tactics they were using. And then I started watching like funny ones, and they started coming recommended in my my sub box or whatever, or my feed. And I watched one of your videos, and your whole like demeanor was so different from everybody else's. And I was like, I could get along with this guy because we have very similar type of style, you know? And so I followed you on Twitter, and your tweets were exactly who you were in the videos. It wasn't just you putting on a show just to put on a show. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's always those YouTubers when you see their videos and you're like super hyper. I call them douche YouTubers, and they just get really loud all the fucking time, and they cut 59,000 times just to cut 59,000 times.
Yeah, fuck those dudes.
Yeah. And so when I saw you and I got to talk to you, you were like the same guy all the way across the board. And when I played with you, you're still the same dude. It wasn't like you were trying to put on a show for anybody, and it was just, you were a cool dude. So that was awesome. And I kind of started watching Max because of you and Faceless because of you. And one of my like guilty pleasures is watching Faceless and his series that y'all do on that your like Rust channel. What's the name of the Rust channel again?
Rust HQ?
Yeah, Rust HQ. I watched the solo series he does on there, and it's pretty like living off the loot is amazing. If you haven't checked that out, it's pretty sick. And I learned a lot of stuff from him and how to minimize a lot. And I don't know, dude. He does a good job of like just putting all that story together, and then also having a story, because it's tough sometimes to get content out of kids on Rust, because sometimes people talk a lot and sometimes they don't talk at all. So sometimes he gets in situations where I'm just like, holy crap, that happened to him 55 times. So I keep going back to Rust because I feel like it's the best of DayZ. It's the best of, you know, your survival games. And they also have been doing a pretty good job of updating the game. So Rust has kind of grown on me to be a game that I enjoy playing even off, you know, recording and just to chill out. Because it seems like you can work with a couple of guys here and there, and you can stop and start anytime you want to. You can be ahead or behind in the game, and you can just jump on Rust. So I really love Rust. I don't know how you still feel about it, because you used to play it all the time, but I really enjoy Rust still.
Well, I mean, a lot has definitely changed about the game. Like here lately, like you said, like I like to fuck around and just kind of like mess with people or talk to people and stuff like that. And that's like really what attracts me about like games like role-playing games and stuff like that. It's just I love player interaction. Like, and that's what turned me on so much about Call of Duty, is just like you can just like talk shit to someone you've never met before. You don't even know who the fuck they are. You just sit there and have a conversation and like play a game with them. Like, it's fun and it's funny. Like, even if they're just like shit talking you, you still get like some kind of entertainment value out of it. And I was like so upset whenever, I forget which COD it was, whenever they took the forced game chat out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dude,
have you noticed everyone's been doing that lately? Like, every game doesn't want to be the game known as the toxic game. So they've taken everything pretty much out of it when it comes to voice. So when it switched over to Xbox One, I think that was the big killer, because not everyone had a headset. So when you first got the Xbox 360, everybody had a headset. Everybody had a headset for PlayStation. But then when they got an Xbox One, not everybody had a headset. It was a little bit harder to record as a content creator. You had to have
and it killed Call of Duty.
Yeah, it killed Call of Duty. It really did. And so I switched over to CSGO. When I switched over to CSGO, they actually had, at the beginning of the game, you could talk to the other team, and then at halftime, you could talk to people, which was amazing because you could talk all this smash at halftime and really, just get in people's heads, and then they took that out as well. And then other games have made it where you can only talk to your teammates, you can't talk to other people around you, so VoIP is kind of voided and all that stuff, so I'm exactly with you. I think you and I shine on games that you can actually interact with other people. So I think GTA RP is such a good game for us right now is because of that stuff. So I think people enjoying your GTA RP content right now is like right up your alley and where you probably, I don't know how you feel about it, but I think that's like your perfect slide in moment, like to stay in that because you do so well at that stuff. So I don't know. I just think everybody's trying to get rid of the voice stuff and the RP and also the Rust also helps out that too. But there's not a lot of players on Rust as there is GTA RP right now.
Yeah. I mean, what kind of annoys me about Rust is like so many people that play that game, they only like care about like the loot that they get. Right. And like whenever I do like the loot, like that it's kind of like sarcastic because like it's like me and Faceless started doing that, like we're making fun of the people who like actually care about like, the items. Yeah, like the items in the game. Like that's where it started from, is we're like making fun of those people.
And if you don't know, guys, if you've never played Rust, when you play Rust, usually servers last for about 2 to 3 weeks. At most of them are pretty quick servers. And so it restarts and you have to start over brand new all the time. Yeah. And most people play maybe 1, 2, 3 days on a server and then quit. So that's usually.
And then you have clans that literally have, like, that shit's like clockwork. They have people on at every point in the day and it's crazy. It's crazy.
It's one of those games that it brings the element of like your Call of Duties, your first-person shooters, but it also has the grind system like a Destiny or whether you do these big raids and stuff where people are on all the time and you got to protect yourself at all times because things decay, people can attack. So it is nuts. It's nuts that some of these clans get so big.
Yeah, and that's like something that's kind of like turned me off with Rust recently. Is just so many people just care about like skill in video games and stuff like that. I mean, there's nothing wrong. Like, I don't care if people like want to become pro at like CS:GO or Rainbow Six and stuff like that. Like, it's understandable, but like at the same time, it's just a video game. So like, you know what I mean? It's okay to like have fun.
That's been my whole motto. That's what has turned me on to your content big time because you have taking the same kind of concept that I had, which was, it's just a game. I'm here to have fun. Right. I'm here to be entertaining. I'm here to enjoy the game myself and to make myself laugh. If I can get a laugh out of a day, that's the goal right there. Like that's what we're talking about. And yeah, if you like the people like Shroud that play the game and do a really good job at every game they play and you want to get better, and that seems to be what's on the up and up lately is who's the best at whatever game. I'm more on the, what kind of like charisma that person has or what kind of personality comes through with that person. And they can be average at the game, but the personality seems to be the thing that I'm really attracted to more than
I've
skill.
Never watched a streamer or YouTuber because of their skill at a video game, I don't think.
I'm in the same boat. Like, I like some of those guys, but at the same time, I can't watch them for long periods of time.
Oh yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't fucking hate them or anything because they're like good at video games. It's just
I'd
rather watch someone that is funny. You know? Like whenever I first, how I found you, I totally remember how I figured out who you were on YouTube. So of course you remember, but you know Hidden Masters.
Mm-hmm.
So I watched those Black Ops 1 videos.
Right.
Like where you just hide the whole game. I thought that was like the funniest shit ever. For
it was super smart. Yeah, that whole group of guys were super smart.
Yeah, like I loved that. I thought that was great. And I was like, if I like this, maybe I'll like the other people in the videos. And like whenever they would do the theater mode shots, you could see the gamer tags. And I seen Deluxe 4, so I was like, all right, who the fuck is this guy? This stupid ass name. I'm gonna type this stupid ass name. And so I looked up Deluxe 4 and I found your channel. And I think that's like how I was introduced to like the crew and everybody. It's like through Hidden Masters. And I remember I watched one of your shoutcasting videos back in the day on, it was MW3 actually, was like the first one that I ever seen.
I did way more in MW3 than MW2, yeah.
And one of them that I watched was like the funniest shit. Like, there was one, I don't remember which one it was, but I rewatched it probably 50 fucking times. It was just so funny.
I miss those.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. It's just, because people on Call of Duty, too, they take it so serious.
Oh, yeah.
And the fact that you just come in like some smart-ass commentator, just with backhanded fucking insults and shit, and just talking shit to people is so fucking funny.
What was great about those was we were actually decent at the game too, and a lot of times I would be clapping people as I'm screaming at them the whole time, which was pretty good.
And if someone does something in a kill cam that's iffy, you just totally just fucking gnaw on them for it. Yeah, just roast it, and they get so pissed.
Right.
And I was like, this is the funniest shit. I used to even watch, I watched them with my dad, and me and my dad would just sit there and laugh at the shit, so fucking funny.
That's good, dude. I miss those days. I still love doing shoutcasts, but exactly what we talked about earlier is they took out the voice of everything.
No voice, so
the voice has screwed me. So I had tried out a couple of games to see how well it would go, but everything was either too long, where it would be 45 minutes to an hour to finish one session of a game, and my voice would be gone after one session, or there wouldn't be enough people to react, or there would be one person in the lobby or maybe two.
Right,
and that audience needed to be 4 to 5 people to react. And then I needed the other team to hear it too, to get their reaction as well to what's going on my team. So a lot of times it takes the perfect type of, audience to do that, but I miss that stuff for sure.
And I mean, I like the crew kind of funny moments, as in just 6 dudes or 5 dudes or whatever sitting there just like shit and saying funny things, and I like that too, like shit from last week. Like I thought those were amazing, like back in the day. And like here recently, like Rainbow Six videos where it's kind of the same deal, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I like that kind of stuff, but my bread and butter is just random people. Like even if like not even so much making them upset, just like the interaction, like it's just so random, the interaction with someone you don't know, you know?
You
like,
never know what you're gonna get. You really don't.
That's what I like about video games more than anything is that.
What really like pushed me over the edge with talking to people is when there was some interaction in the background. If a mom came into a room, or a sister, or a baby brother, or something happened in the background, that really got me fired up and wanted to know more. And it really like kind of brought that person into perspective, like, we can hear what's going on in your personal life. Like, let's bring it out a little bit. So that was always fun for me when I heard someone in the background. We've gotten so many moms on the mic before, and it's so great because they have no clue. They are like clueless to the whole internet most of the time, and it's pretty cringy at times, but also it's pretty funny.
This one time I was playing Minecraft, and me and these other YouTubers, you might remember JetXZ.
Yeah, Jet was great. I love Jet. I think that's what links us together. Is Jet. Jet was a guy that we talked to when we were blowing up on COD. Super nice guy. Was doing very creative stuff. Joel ended up being friends with him, and he was good friends with Soup at the time as well. So there was a connection there that we didn't know about. But go ahead.
Yeah, Joel was like the first person to ever like give me some kind of like a bigger YouTuber recognizing like a smaller YouTuber's work, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Not like a shout out or whatever, but just like a, hey, this is really funny, you should check this out kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Cause he liked one of my videos or whatever back in the day. And back then, if you liked someone's video, it actually meant something.
And it actually did something. Like the views were crazy, the likes, the people would come over,
It would show up in the feed that you liked it, so, yeah. But yeah, he was like the first one that ever got people like coming to Liquid Metal.
Liquid Metal 2 L's, baby. What's up?
Yeah. Yeah, like I was saying, me and Jet, we got some kid on Minecraft to put his grandmother on the microphone. So that was very fucking interesting, for sure.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, those days were the best days ever. I wish we could go back to them, but we can't. It seems like I want to recreate that stuff. But is there like any games that you've seen that you're looking forward to that might have that kind of like impact, or you think that could blow up in the near future?
Dude, I'm gonna be honest. I really don't keep up with like gaming news. My news for gaming is I go to the Steam store and I see what's like new and trending or like top selling, and I just look through there.
Same here. I don't really know a lot of things. I knew Red Dead when it was coming out. I knew some other things that were coming out. They're big titles.
Yeah, like, of course that. Yeah, you see that everywhere on all social media. So,
but I don't know any things that might be like game changing. Like I knew when Happy Wheels came out, it was going to be big for a lot of people. That kind of took like PewDiePie's channel and made it to something. Jacksepticeye's channel made it into something. There's a lot of people that really took off with Happy Wheels. I knew Grand Theft Auto was going to be huge, which was a big title anyways. I knew Fortnite was going to be big. I thought PUBG was going to be super big because I knew the creator of PUBG, and I knew he was working on that for a long time. Because he was the same guy that worked on H1Z1 Battle Royale. And I thought that was going to take off bigger than it did. I mean, it's still big. It's a great, big, huge title, but I thought it was going to go like a Fortnite crazy. But yeah. And I've missed on some couple titles too. I was like, oh, that's going to do great, and didn't do shit. But I knew some of those were going to do great. But I don't know anything like you in the near future that really is going to be a game changer. I think Epic and Fortnite have kind of like maintained that like, I don't know, that status where this is the biggest game to ever come out and
mainstream.
Yeah. Are you gonna, who can top us next? People are gonna have to go above and beyond and go outside the box again to recreate what Fortnite did. So I don't know if that's gonna be a thing. Yeah.
I feel like Fortnite kind of took the Call of Duty throne.
Not
really took the throne, but like, it's just like
it kind of took the spot.
Hey, yeah, we're up here too, or
right.
whatever.
Their revenue talk speaks for itself, so.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and I think the fact that they came out with the whole like free to play, like it was like one of the first like super major games that was 100% free to play.
Yeah.
And they didn't put a skin on the market.
$160 on every,
Yeah, they didn't put a skin on the market for a couple months, and we're like, what are they doing? And then they exploded when they started to. Because they got all their player base there first, and then they got it. So
yeah.
That was smart.
I never would have thought that Fortnite would have gotten to the point that it's at.
No, not now.
Not even close.
Yeah.
Like, whenever they emailed me, like, 2 years ago, and they were like, want to do a sponsored video for this game? And I was like, what the
it was a
fuck
different
is
game
this?
back then. It was like, they were talking about this, save the world, and then they were gonna roll up this other thing, and we're gonna see how it goes, kind of thing.
Yeah, it was like, oh yeah, we have this game mode, and we're thinking about adding Battle Royale in the future. And I was just like, I don't think this is really my my kind of. Yeah, I was like, I don't really know about
you guys should just quit.
Yeah, I mean, I did one for the Battle Royale. I never did one for Save the World. But like, whenever I first played the Battle Royale, I said to myself, I was like, I even put it in the title of the video. I was like, this is the best Battle Royale to come out yet. But I didn't think that it would ever blow up. If that makes sense. Like, I don't know. When I played it, I was like, it's super, like, it's colorful. It's kind of like kid-friendly-ish in a way. Like, the graphics look kind of, it's like adultish, but also not adultish. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it has that.
It's for everybody.
It's like everybody kind of vibe. You know what I mean?
I really liked Fortnite when it first came out, like you, and I was like, oh, this is the cleanest, most, like, natural feeling Battle Royale, and it's fun to play.
It's free.
Yeah, it's free. And it was like, oh, it's kind of like COD. Like, I could shoot people and be great. I did not think it was going to turn into a build fest, and everyone was going to have this ultra crazy meta where they were editing shit and making sky fortresses in 2.2 seconds.
Crazy.
It's nuts. Like, people are, I think, more obsessed over this game than they have ever been. It's a window, and it's allowed so many, like, younger kids to come onto the scene and then really try to make the name for themselves. So there's so many kids right now, if you get on Fortnite, that can clean your clock all
look
day.
Twitch.
It's ridiculous. Twitch. Just go look. Yeah, there's like 9,000 different channels that have 25 people watching them, and they're all great.
And they're all insane.
They're insane, yeah. They're just ridiculous. So it's a hard thing to bust into, but if you can get to the top, man, you're making some major grub and getting a lot of success in a little bit of time, for sure.
I think what's so appealing about Fortnite over Call of Duty in a way is because in Call of Duty you can be super good, but you can still like die to like some kind of bullshit kind of reason or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But in Fortnite, I mean, you can still die for like a bullshit reason, but ultimately, it feels like, to me at least, it just boils down to how good you are at like a situation. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You're not really, you don't really have, if you're playing solos, you're not really gonna have a situation where, I don't know. It just boils down to how good you are, I feel like. In Call of Duty, you can have like a grenade across the map ruin your 20 kill streak, but that, like, in Fortnite, that doesn't happen, so it's just like your skill, you know?
Skill takes over more than it did in Call of Duty. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Like, the kids that are really good, there's a reason they keep winning because they are that good. It's not just because they're getting lucky every time, or camping. Camping doesn't win anymore. It used to win at the very beginning. You could camp all the way to the final two and then kill the final guy, and you'd be like, oh, I got to fucking win in Fortnite. It's great. So my win total is like in the 600s or something, and I would say 99% of those are not because I'm good. And they're all because something crazy lucky happened and I played it too many times. So that's basically what it is. Now, we talked about how you had went from like being a Rush channel. That's kind of where you got your big break in. And then, now you have GTA RP. What are your like future plans for your channel? Do you feel like there's anything you're going to stick with, or are you going to try to make into something else, your channel into something else?
Shit, dude, I don't know. I mean, this whole time that I've been doing YouTube, I've just been, I just play it by ear. Like, everything I do is pretty much improv. There's really nothing I ever plan. Like, I never get onto a game and say, alright, this is gonna happen and this is how it's gonna go.
Right.
Like, in the most, like, sincere kind of way, I'm just a regular fucking dude. I just sit down and play a game and record what happens, and if nothing funny happens, and nothing funny happens. I just play the game, and then if it's worth putting in a video, I put it in a video. And it's with any game that I do. Like, I never think to myself, oh, in a month I'll do a CS:GO video or whatever. I mean,
right, no schedule.
I have no schedule, and I never really, I don't know, I don't plan ahead with like videos or games per se. Like, I mean, definitely something that I'm gonna keep is like the role playing stuff for however long that'll last or whatever. Because I love doing that on Gmod, Arma, GTA. Doesn't matter. Like, any game with like any kind of player interaction is what I'm gonna be around. Yeah, that's what I like the most about any kind of game.
Are you gonna get into any like serious types of servers, or do you want to get any of those?
Dude, I would love to get in something like NoPixel or whatever. The reason, like, that I even fuck around, like, to some crazy degree like I do is because most people just on the regular servers you can get on, it's just so shit anyway.
It really
is. You might as well just fucking ruin it. You know what I mean?
I've gotten banned from probably 8 to 9 servers just because they can't handle me, pretty much.
Yeah, I've been banned off of so many. 'Cause, like, they don't understand that you can role play, but like, it doesn't have to be so fucking serious.
Right?
Like,
Jesus
you know
Christ.
what I mean?
Yeah,
you don't have to stand there being a security guard for 5 hours. I mean, you can laugh, dude. It's
right?
Okay.
I've
it's okay to break character for a second.
So many of my videos, like, these guys can't handle roleplay, because I will give them a great softball throw, like, here, I dropped my keys, let me pick them up. Anything, a softball, and they can't hit it. They can't hit it. They stick to the script. They're giving you a ticket every single time. They're gonna pull you over. This is what they say. If you say anything back, you're getting taken to jail, and then you gotta start the whole process over again. So it's ridiculous. Like, they cannot break out of character at all. Yeah,
there's been so many times where I've, like, stolen a cop car and just been banned. For, like, stealing a cop car. And it's like, I want to have cops try and chase me and arrest me. And they say that it's like fail roleplay on my part.
RP, yeah.
But like the thing is like I'm trying to create a roleplay situation. You know what I mean?
Oh, I get it. And because they think that anything bad that happens to them that's not their roleplay is fail RP.
Right.
That's not how it works, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. The roleplay is an interaction between you and I. Now, if I have modded or if I just quit out, then yeah, that's fail RP. But if we're still trying to have some kind of interaction, whether that's a police chase, whether that's me talking to you and being stubborn and not letting you put me in handcuffs or getting out of my car, then that's still RP. That's not fail RP.
Right.
Yeah. So that's kind of gets on my nerves too. So I'm with you on all that stuff. All right. So let's change it up just a little bit. We're going to jump into a segment we like to call Pump It or Dump It. And I'll let D20 kind of talk about this a little bit.
All right. So for Pump It or Dump It, what we're basically going to do is we're going to give you a topic, and you're going to tell us whether you pump it, which is something that you you dig or you're into, or if you dump it, like if you don't fuck with it or whatever. All right. So our first one that we're going to bring up here is waxing eyebrows.
Male or female?
Yeah, let's talk here.
Just talking about you, like in general. Would you wax your eyebrows?
Dump it.
Dump it?
Dude, I'd do it. I'd pump it. I'm not even mad. Like, I'd do it. I'd try it out once, at least. I mean, I don't like hot things on my face. You know what I'm saying? But,
we know that's a lie.
We've all been there.
But I'm not even mad. Like, I got some pretty good eyebrow game. But I wouldn't mind trying it out like one time.
Yeah.
I'm not mad.
Nah, I'm good, dude.
I'm good.
Not even
can't
trying
even pluck a nose hair without like crying like a bitch.
Okay, front of the nose hair, that's ridiculous. That will make a man cry, all right? Middle of the nose, back of the nose. Like, I got you, bro. Yeah, all day.
All right, the next one for Pump It or Dump It is grilled cheese with American cheese.
Pump it.
Dude, that's the only way to make one for me. I know people are going to cry about it and be like, cheddar cheese, and you got to get Swiss, and you got to get some from your grandma's cow. Yeah, something crazy.
Nah, American. Craft single, please.
Yeah, exactly. I'll put 2 slices. I'm that edgy. I'm that edgy.
Crazy. You crazy motherfucker.
Speaking of that, have you ever heard of putting mayonnaise on the outside of it? Like to
for
cook
oil?
It?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we talked about it in one of our videos, but I didn't know if Soup had ever heard of
I've never
mayonnaise instead. Like, we always use butter.
Yeah, just butter.
Yeah.
But, I didn't know if you'd ever put mayonnaise on the outside. I don't know.
Mm-mm.
All right, the next one is gardening.
Is that a legit question?
Yeah, it's a legit question, man.
Shit, dude. I guess, I don't know, man. Like, part of me wants to say pump it because
let's say like in 10 years,
right? When I'm a homeowner, I won't.
Yeah. I thought you were going somewhere else. You said homeowner.
Whenever I become a homo in 10 years, I really get into gardening.
Yeah, me and my husband are gonna get out and just
could really use another man around the house.
Gloves.
No, I can respect the house with like really green grass and some nice trees and flowers and stuff. As a straight male, I can appreciate that. Work.
I'm down with the pump it, man. And this is kind of weird, I like planning my own types of stuff. It never works out for me because, one, after about a week, I don't give a fuck. Number 2, I don't have a green thumb at all. It just turns out to be shit. I plant jalapenos and they turn out to be tomatoes, and I'm like, well, how'd this happen?
This happened.
Since the time I was like, in junior high school, I had tried, my grandpa had a big garden, and he was like, here, take some of these watermelon seeds and see if you can get yourself a big watermelon. I was like, oh, fuck yeah, I got this. So I tried to, get a watermelon. I haven't got a watermelon over the size of a golf ball ever in my life, so I've tried almost every other year.
They were actually just Viagra pills and everything.
Planting them. What are these weird zucchinis keep popping up? Anyway. But yeah, no,
right,
I'm pumping it.
Our next Pump It or Dump It is wet wipes.
And we're talking about in the bathroom.
Yeah,
have you ever
wipes?
Yeah, have you ever
pump it? Of course, you gotta keep it clean, man. What?
I'm gonna say dump it, man. I don't want something wet on my ass like that. That's
dirty
weird.
Dirty ass gang over
I know
here.
how to wipe my ass like a normal person, all right? I don't just do one sheet where my finger breaks through and goes up my asshole. I'm not doing that.
Well, then you ain't doing it right, son.
You ain't doing it right, brother. Wet wipes. I don't like wet shit around my asshole. I'm just saying.
Dude. It ain't something that I use.
Well, I mean, use a bidet too,
on the daily. You know what I mean?
But I'm not on my bidet. I use my wet wipes on the go.
I'm not opposed to wet wipes. No, I mean
you probably have some in your pocket right now, don't you?
Actually, using one right now.
He's been on the phone this entire time. All right, the next one, kind of along the same lines, is pooping in public places.
Oh, dude, dump that shit. Fuck that.
I can't, dude. It's so bad. I've had to before, of course. Like, who hasn't? But it's like a godly fear of mine. Like
no kidding.
Like I just can't, man. It's just people. I don't know what I'm afraid of, but I just don't want to shit. And if there is someone in the bathroom, I wait till they're fucking gone, or they turn on the sink or something to let one, let them rip, bro.
Yeah, like you're always afraid you're gonna let one plop and then just like a huge fart or something.
Oh yeah.
You're just like, oh god. So like you wait till they flush on those like super high powered toilets or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
yeah,
it's like
that's when you let it rip. Yep. Have you ever shit in an airport bathroom, dude?
That's
dude, it is like fucking. It's like a fart musical, dude. I swear, there's something magic in there.
I try to put on like headphones or like cover up my ears or something because I don't want to listen to everybody else. Like blasting it.
I just was on a plane a couple weeks ago, and I will never shit in an airplane. Not just an airport, but airplane. I won't do it. It ain't happening.
I've never done that either.
I don't think I have either.
Not doing.
All right, the next one. Oh, yeah. All right, for the next one, for Pump It or Dump It. Now I know you're kind of a heavy metal guy, but what about like country music?
Oh, pump it!
Gucci belt on, while his fucking his sister.
Now, what kind of country music are we talking about here? Are we talking about like Hank and stuff like
old
that?
School,
Are we talking about this new shit? This absolute trash?
I mean, you could go either way.
My dog.
I mean, I grew up listening to like bluegrass music because like my grandpa played in a bluegrass band and stuff. So like I always listen to that stuff, badass. And then like I get like in like school and everybody's like doesn't listen to that stuff, and I'm like, what the hell? What do you guys listen to? I'm listening to this popular music.
I like Alan Jackson, Hank Williams Jr., like
old school.
Yeah, that's the good
Charlie
stuff.
Daniels, that kind of stuff.
I don't mind
new stuff, not so much.
The new stuff as much because it's like almost a meme because they talk about their cat and their dog and their fucking ex-wife. That shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? But, I don't mind because it's kind of got like a little ring to it. I'm not even mad at all. But I fuck with it. If you don't know, by the way, Soup has his own country song. I'm gonna give him a shout out right here because he has one that's like his outro song that he made up. How did this come along? Because first of all, tell us the name of the song and how did it come about? Because it's fucking hilarious.
The song's called Gucci Belt. Has, 1 million views on YouTube.
Yes, it's a big deal.
Like 700,000 on Spotify, something like that.
Oh my god.
But it came about like my friend Crispy Concords, he like told me he wanted me to like sing a verse on this like parody rap song he was doing or whatever. And like I make fun of him for wearing a Gucci belt because I'm not one of those people that wears those kind of clothes or whatever. Yeah. So I make fun of him for like wearing a Gucci belt or whatever. So he was like, just come up with something real quick that'll be funny that I can just like throw in here. We're just doing it as a joke or whatever. I was like, oh, okay, all right, give me like 10 minutes. And so I just wrote down on like a notepad, Gucci belt on when I'm fucking my sister. And it doesn't even make sense. Like I don't know what compelled me to fucking write that or anything, but I don't know, dude. Rest is fucking history.
We'll play that for you probably at the end of this show just so you guys can hear it. But if you haven't checked it out, definitely check it out. Gucci Belt by your boy Soup. Sniping Soup, a.k.a. Heavy Metal, whatever the hell your name is. 7-Eleven. Whatever the fuck you are. Oh, shit. Oh, man.
All right, our next one is public pools.
I'll say dump it. Because I haven't been in many public pools. So,
like
and
when we
they're
were
pretty
younger,
gross.
like we'd go like all the time, like as kids, like because you didn't care. But like as an adult, I don't think that I'd want to just hang out.
Yeah,
in the pool.
You just
No,
know
hell
what's
no.
all in there now as an adult. You're like, fuck that. That's not happening.
Well, I mean, it's pretty much people that are there are either people that have like too many kids and they don't want to take care of them. They just take them to the pool, like hope a couple of them drowned or something. And then, like the rest of them are like pedos just walking around, like watching the kids like, hey, nice job, son.
Here's my thing is there's a lot of like pools that are out there I've been to in like hotels. They're just too small for the people that are there. They're like super, super small. And I guess they're trying to like
1,200 rooms and we have.
yeah, they're
I
like
don't really like
people.
pools in general. Like, I don't know. I'd rather go to like a lake or something.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
I agree, yeah. So I'll say dump it too, but I'm not saying I haven't fucked with them in the past. So I'm in the middle.
Yeah, I keep it on a knee when I go. All right, and the last one for pump it or dump it is airplane food.
Oh, dump. Major dump.
Okay, so tell me this, Soup. There's a little bit of story, little research. You've been to Australia, correct?
Correct.
Did you have, I'm guessing you had a meal on that plane.
Correct.
What was it, and was it good?
It was some chicken and peas. Dude, I don't even know what it was. My flight was 30 hours.
Jesus
so
Christ.
I was fucking starving, right?
Yeah.
So anything, it didn't matter. Like, I was gonna eat whatever. And it was like this, like, I guess boiled chicken and peas and like carrots and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't terrible. Like, it was okay. But when I went to Max Mofo's house, and bro, I shit for like 10 hours. Like just nonstop floodgates open. That's why I fuck with wet wipes. Just because of that day.
That's when he got into wet wipes.
That was the day, the time, the hour.
Yeah.
I've never had any course meal on a flight. I've always had your peanuts, your crackers, your cookies, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What is your beverage of choice though, when you're on those flights, on your regular, like just inside the U.S. types of flights?
Just water.
Water? You drink water, man? You're paying for a flight. You're gonna get water?
Just water.
Damn, son. I'm a cran apple dude. I fuck with cran apple hard. Cran apple every time. Sorry, not sorry. Try it next time, Soup.
What is it called?
Cran
apple?
apple. Yeah, it's cranberry juice and apple juice combined.
All right, I have to next flight I'm on. I have to
fucking
try
water, you weirdo.
What, dude? I just like just water,
I'd like
please.
some water and some wet wipes, please. Sir, could you please just pass them back
I'm a
here?
simple man.
And don't get it on my Gucci belt, please. I'd appreciate that.
Yeah, my sister would appreciate it.
Oh shit! All right, so do you want to go into our next one, which was what are you digging, bro? What are you digging?
All right, so our next game here, we're just going to give you a question, and it's just stuff that you're really into right now.
Rapid fire question, all right? So this is just for you, Sue.
So, what food can you not get enough of right now? Something you...
Hot dog. No,
Hot dog?
Hot dog. Shit, dude. Food do I really like? Dude, there's this local Chinese place that I've really been digging. I love like Chinese and Japanese food.
I do too, man.
I love chicken. Like their teriyaki chicken and rice and shit.
yeah.
So good.
Hell yeah.
So that's probably it.
All right, cool. All right, is there any Netflix or TV shows that you're really digging right now?
The Sopranos. I sound like a
Going
fucking
back.
80-year-old.
Between you used to watch The Sopranos, didn't you?
I've never watched it, no.
I thought you said some shit about it, like it was a decent show, blah, blah, blah. You quit
It's on
watching it.
Hulu. Or
It's on
HBO or whatever.
Do you fuck with Game of Thrones?
Yeah, I do, but I'm weird in the way that I don't like waiting for shows to be released. Like I like to.
I got it.
I'm one of those people that binge watch. So
I
I've
do too,
watched Game
yeah.
of Thrones, and I really, really like it, but I'm waiting for like the whole thing to be finished so I can like go through and watch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I waited
Or pick
for
up from where I left off.
like 4 or 5 years until they got to these last 2 seasons, and I binge watched them in like 16, 17 days, and then I'm caught up for this next season coming up, so we're good.
Yeah.
All right, our next question, we kind of touched on it a little bit, but what YouTube channels are you watching right now?
Dude, I'm gonna be honest. I don't really fucking watch anybody anymore. I feel like since I've been doing it so long, I just don't.
I get it.
I don't watch many people, but I will tell you, Cow Chop is probably one of my favorite channels ever. Those
Can you give us
motherfuckers.
some background on that? What is that?
They do a lot of different things on there, but I love their series that they do where they like just react to YouTube videos. Like they just type in some random shit and they just go deep into this hole of just random YouTube videos and like it's hilarious. They're so funny. You might know who they are. You know Uber Haxer Nova and Immortal HD?
Yep, sure do.
Those are like two of the main guys or whatever that do it. And Cow Chop is so fucking funny. They're gonna be done, I think, after this year because Uber Haxer Nova, he quit. But dude, they got some golden ass videos on that channel. It's one of those channels that they just like they don't really give a fuck. And
you like
just genuinely funny.
Yeah.
All right, and then our last one, do you listen to any podcasts?
No, I don't.
Not really. Yeah.
Just this one.
Oh, yes, of course. That hasn't started yet. This is the first episode. So
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
All right, that's the last of our What Are You Digging? So that's going to do it for our games of the
that was
podcast.
a fun game, dude.
All right, well, we're going to let Soup have a little time at the end here and just kind of shout out what he's got going up. Might be a video, it might be a song, it might be his sister, it might be his Gucci belts he's got on for sale. Like anything, you got the floor for as long as you need. Just shout yourself out. Tell people again who you are, what you're representing, and we'll end the podcast that way. So, Soup, appreciate you being on here, and the floor is all yours, my friend.
Thanks for having me on here, brother. Howdy. I do a lot of funny shit on video games. Just type in Soup on YouTube. I do a lot of streaming over on Facebook because I'm just really fucking cool, so I stream on Facebook, you know. fb.gg/sniping soup. A lot of people dig my live streams. I record videos there while I'm streaming, so it's like a 2-in-1. Super funny. I don't know. I've been getting into live streaming more lately, so that's probably the best place to watch me besides my YouTube channel. Yeah, and that's it.
All right, man. Well, appreciate you being on here once again, brother.
Yeah, bro. Good stuff.
That was fun.
Yeah, good shit. Where it's a work in progress. We'll fucking probably have you on again sometime soon for sure. Like once we get a rotation of hopefully some people in here. But thanks for being like the first dude to do it and all that stuff for sure, dude.
No problem.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for the first ever GFY podcast. I want to thank everybody that came and listened to the podcast. I want to thank Soup for stopping by and helping us out. Also, wherever you're listening to this podcast, make sure you leave a like or a rating so that we can get this out to as many people as possible. We love you guys, and thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Gucci belt on when I'm fucking my sister. She don't call me brother, I'm Mr. Dick Blister. I pack a fat lip and I roll downtown. On my green tractor, I don't fuck around.